All right, y'all, how we doing today? Let's go ahead and get this all set up. All right, we're good. All right, welcome. So give me one more second, everybody. We're gonna just get a couple more minutes for everybody to get into the room. So if you've seen the title, we are going to kick off December 1st, which is our month of December. See what I did there? December with a preview of some of our STEM classes that we are launching starting next week. And I think we're going to do the winners of the social media contest as well. So for those who are just joining, welcome. This is Alpha Esports and Technology. You are on the Alpha Esports and Technology channel, live on YouTube, Twitch, and I think we're also on LinkedIn because there were some folks who said they wanted to kind of see what we were up to as well. I am your humble and gracious host / instructor for the night, Davin Jackson, and my extremely large face on this camera right now, which we are going to fix very shortly. And of course, you try to do one thing and it does everything else. So let's come back over here. You can see we were just doing our mobile station there, but now we are here at this streaming station, which is a little different from what you've seen in the past. We've done a little renovating, I guess you could say, over the weekend. Hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. Got to spend time with their family and friends and loved ones and just enjoy good times with good people while eating some good food. I know we certainly did. I got to see my daughter who came in, who came up for the holiday. Got to spend time with her, my wife, my son, my mom, stepdad, and everybody. So good to see everybody there. And now we are in December 1st. So last month of the year, last 31 days to make an impact. And I know people usually say, they're getting ready for the new year. January 1st is when everybody gets their new goals and new year, new me, and all of that. But I say, why don't you get a head start? Get a 1 month head start on everybody leading into the new year. So that's what we're doing, and we're going to do that by starting our 6-week clubs starting next week. So for those who aren't familiar with the clubs that we're launching, or what we do, Alpha Esports Technology is the premier organization in North Georgia for competitive and healthy gaming, as well as tech education. And we open everything for everyone from ages 9 and up. So we're really known for a lot of the esports things that we do in regards to our championship Fortnite team, our Smash Brothers team, and our Smash Brothers tournaments. However, we also do a lot of STEM, tech, and cybersecurity education for everyone. Like I said, for kids as young as 8, 9 years old, where we talk to them about, making sure they stay safe online and protecting themselves when they play games like Roblox, if they are playing Roblox. Teenagers, we talk about the impact of their digital footprints and how to make sure they're making wise decisions and everything when they are online. And then even for our adults who are looking to start or change careers, we have programs and trainings for cybersecurity as well. And then even with our senior citizens, we teach them about online safety and how to spot certain scams or phishing attempts. So again, we try to do everything. We try to do a little bit of everything for everybody. And we really want to kick off December with our STEM clubs. So just trying to bring this up here. So we've launched several of our STEM clubs, which I should also add um, are STEM accredited. So we did go to. I'm going to share my screen real quick. So we did. There we go. We did go to the STEM organization and have them review all of our content and curriculum. And not only did we get our STEM accreditation, which you can see down here, but we also were one of the recipients of the Best in STEM Award for the 2025-2026 year. So, again, congratulations not just to myself, but to my team who helped create this. And we wanted to be able to get that accreditation and show the impact of what we're doing, to show, for one, to just provide that extra level of legitimacy, because you have a lot of people out here doing things that are, I guess you could say, nefarious when it comes to their education. We even dealt with some of the nonsense online because some folks were thinking that we were like everybody else. Let's just put it that way. And like I said, in order for us to even get accredited, let alone win the award, we had to make sure that our stuff was definitely legit. So with our STEM club schedule starting on December 8th, so it was going to start today, but we pushed it. But starting on December 8th, we will be doing at least one club a day or a night. So starting on December 8th, we have our Coding with Rocket League Club, which is what we're going to preview tonight. Then on Tuesdays, we have our Minecraft education clubs from 4 to 6. But then we also have our Fortnite creative clubs from 6 to 8:30, or actually it's really 6 to 8. But we usually push at 8:30 just in case, everybody wants to get some extra work done from what we've seen in the past. On Wednesdays, we have our AI Creation Club, which is basically our introduction to AI and prompt engineering and doing some really cool projects with AI. Also on Wednesday is our Tech Exploration Club. So this is our program that we run for people who are interested in tech but not sure where they want to start or what they're actually interested in tech. So we break down a bunch of different career fields in tech. We actually have guest speakers who come in as well and really give you an overview of different tech career fields and job responsibilities every week. Thursdays from 4 to 6, we have our Intro to Esports Club, where we talk about the different careers and jobs in esports. And then also on Thursday nights, we have our Content Creation Club. So these are for people who are interested in, creating content, whether it's live streams on YouTube or Twitch, just want to create stuff on social media. We kind of cover all of those. So these are just the beginning. We are in the process of creating more curriculum, but we want to make sure that, again, it's impactful and that it's quality curriculum. So this is just the first batch. And then, like I said, as we progress into 2026, we're going to be launching a lot of other courses. Like I said, there's some stuff around drones and drone safety. There's some other coding courses. We're going to probably be launching our cybersecurity, hacking with Haiku Club again, which Haiku is a game that actually teaches based on the NICE framework, as well as, I think, CompTIA on the basics of cybersecurity and ethical hacking. So we'll probably be kicking that off again. So we do have like 2 or 3 different clubs that we will be launching very, very soon, or we'll be announcing very soon. But we wanted to kind of get these out here, like I said, to kick off December, which is our campaign that we're running for December. And there is still time to register if you with our early bird special. This is the last week, so if you see, everything is $50 off for each of these, and these are 6-week camps, by the way. So it's not just a one-time thing or just a one-day camp. These are 6-week camps. As you can see, every camp, every club is about 2 to 3 hours or 2.5 hours. They run they run 2 to 2.5 hours long every week for 6 weeks. For this first run, we're actually going to start the first 2 weeks, and then we're going to break for the holidays, and then we're going to start back up in January. So it's actually going to be a little bit longer. It's going to be like 8 weeks. But like I said, they are 6-week programs running at least 2 hours every night, and they are going to get they're going to get some quality hands-on skills with just about everything that they do. So with that being said, like I said, if you want to check it out, you can go to alphaesportstech.com. I'll actually put it okay, so you can go to alphaesportstech.com/STEM-clubs and get more information on each of our clubs. Like I said, you can actually click each one and it will go into details. Okay, and then you can just kind of register from there. It'll take you to our registration page and you can see that from there. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get into our preview. So first, we're going to actually give you a quick demonstration of some of our former students, some of the work our former students have done, and then kind of explain what's happening. And then we'll get into a quick preview. And then after the preview, we will announce the winners of the social media the social media contest. So while we're doing that, if you want to go ahead and register for the social media contest, it's really simple. If you want, so in order to be eligible for the contest, there are a few things you have to do. So in order to be eligible, and let's go ahead and just share our screen again. And you'll see we are now on our Instagram page. So now if you want to be eligible, what you have to do is you have to follow us on Instagram and TikTok. So you can find us on both of those at Alpha Esports Tech. And then comment the word STEM under this post you see here. And then and then you can also subscribe to us on Twitch and YouTube. And lastly, you can join our Discord. You can do that by scanning that QR code you see right there. Okay, winners will be able to get a free membership into any one of these clubs, and we're actually going to select 3 names tonight. So we'll actually start. We'll announce one winner tonight. We'll do another one during our preview tomorrow, and then one more on Wednesday. Okay, so classes start December 8th. So again, we're going to do a drawing tonight, and then we'll be doing drawings tomorrow and Wednesday. Okay, so we're giving away 3 free club memberships for our STEM clubs, and then you can choose what club you want to join. All right, so it's not. Ooh, am I not sharing the screen? Let me make sure. Sorry, y'all. I thought I was sharing the screen. Let's come back. Okay, so to be eligible, like I said, you have to follow us on Instagram and TikTok. You can find us on both Alpha Esports Tech. On our Instagram post, you have to comment the word STEM under the post, though, so we know that you're entering the contest. Okay, then you can follow us on Twitch or YouTube, and lastly, you could also join our Discord server. The more things you do, the more chances you get to win. Okay, so following us on Instagram and TikTok will get you 1 entry. Subscribing on Twitch will get you another one. Same thing with YouTube, and lastly on Discord. So you have a chance to have 4 entries. Okay, but you have to, when you do follow us on Instagram, you have to comment the word STEM under the post. I know it's a little backwards. I didn't create one, but hey. Okay, so you have to make sure you comment the word STEM, right? And you have until the end of the demo tonight to make yourself eligible. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and stop sharing our screen there. And we're going to jump into our demo match. So we're going to go ahead and get that started up. Let's go ahead and get our demo match started. So what you'll see here, as it should load up. So here you'll see this is RLBot. This is the software we will be using. Here's just information that we have that's running our programs. And you'll see Rocket League should be booting up very shortly. But here we have 2 cars. Let's move this over. There we go. So here you should see. Give me 1 second because it doesn't look like it's giving what I want it to give you. Here we go. All right. So here you'll see we have 2 of our former students facing off here. We have Zen, and it does look like Zen gets the early score. So we have Zen, and we have TARDIS car. So again, like I said, these are two cars that were created in our previous camp that we ran. And as you can see, neither one of them are here live currently, and that's because their car is. So we went through a week-long camp where it was a bit intense, but it was a week-long camp. I think we ran about 6 hours a day, and we taught them the basics of Python, taught them functions and loops and lists and integers and the whole nine, to be able to program their own cars and get it to do things like this. So you see, as you can see, it's not just driving; it's actually jumping and trying to find angles, trying to get back on defense. It's making sure it has enough boost, and it's trying to conserve its boost. And as you can see, find the right angle, and looks like Zen has now taken a 2-1 lead. So again, these were students. Like I said, I believe they were, fifth and sixth grade. I could be wrong, but they definitely weren't in high school. I think they were maybe like 1 or 2. And like I said, the camp we ran was a week-long summer camp. Oh, nice shot. Was a week-long summer camp, a week-long camp. 6 hour, like I said, 6 hour days. These are going to be 6-week programs. So we're going to be doing condensed classes every week. But every week their car will improve little by little, and by the end of it, we will put them up against each other and have a small little tournament. Okay, and then there's so many things you can do after this. You can continue to improve the car, which is our goal as we start implementing other things within like AI. And you can actually use your car to compete in other leagues with RLBot. So RLBot, people usually think it stands for Rocket League Bot, but it's actually it actually stands for reinforced learning bot. Okay, so we'll go ahead and just let it play out a little bit more because we do have a tie score. But as you can see, like I said, the cars are making sharp turns. They're trying to go back on defense. So all of these things are programmed into the car. And I'll actually give you a quick preview of what the code looks like. Oh, and he doesn't get the goal. He doesn't go completely in. And of course, like all things, the code isn't perfect. So there will be glitches. There will be times where the car might go back for boost when it should probably be on defense or things like that. But that's why we built it this way, or we have it like this, so that it will require the student or the person who coded the car to want to constantly improve on it. So the cars do not leave here perfect after camp or after the club. There's still going to be some flaws. There's still going to be some issues that they're going to want to fix, and they will have the knowledge and know-how on how to research and tweak their code. Okay, so the goal of this is to get them to understand the basics of Python coding, but have it reinforced with something as entertaining like Rocket League, which most people, if you're in a Rocket League coding class or a coding camp, you know what Rocket League is, or you're a fan of it. So this is a perfect opportunity to get them to do something that is beneficial to them while doing something that they love. Another key example of why we say we use gaming as a cheat code to teach skills and for future careers. And Zen is now up to a 4-2 lead with 59 seconds left. Let's see if Tartar's car can come back in less than a minute. Okay, he's going to need two goals. Okay, so pretty 50-50 on the kickoff. Goes back on defense. Oh, they have overcommitted there. All right, 45 seconds. And it does look like it's another goal, so it's 4-3. All right, 38 seconds left. Let's see if Tartar Star can tie it up, bring it into overtime. All right, so both cars. Stop. Oh. All right, turns on the goal. All right, 17 seconds, and he does get the goal. So we do have a tie. We do have a tie game. All right, 15 seconds left, y'all. Oh, whoa, sorry. See if can someone get a goal before? Nope, we're going into overtime. All right, first goal wins. And 50-50 on the goal, on the kickoff. Oh, first card making a play. Nope. Nope. Oh, good save. Go back to get the boost. Come back. Oh. Zen got caught on the goal. No boost. Oh. Oh, it looks like nice shot. Got the shot just over him with no boost. Wasn't able to get up there and do anything about it. And the ball just kind of rolls in and he gets the final touch. And there it is. So, and Zen does have the game-winning goal and takes the win. All right, and as you can see, it's not connected to the actual online services, so obviously they don't want us to have bots in the game. So this is a special version of Rocket League that they allow people to use for this. So how do we get all of that to work? How do we get where are we finding this code? Right, so I'll just kind of give you a quick rundown of what the code of what code looks like. I will actually use one of my bot codes because I'm not going to go ahead and share the code of their vehicles because that's their code. So how we typically do it is So how we typically do it is we all start off with the same baseline, the same skeleton, so to speak. And as it progresses, you're able to start making changes as you start understanding how the code works. As you start understanding how the code works and what you want it to do. So you might not be able to see behind us, but we have a whiteboard that we use in another one of our classes that we ran, where we started thinking of how we wanted our bots to behave. Do we want it to be aggressive? Do we want it to be defensive? Do we want it to kind of be like a trolling bot? Do we want it to just go ahead and try to demo all the other cars on the field? Is this car going to be specialized for solo play? Is it going to be a team? Is it going to be a part of a team? So, there's different ways you can code your bot, but it does start off with some of the same stuff. So like I said, this is one of my cars. So as you can see, I have things for like auto recovery when it jumps and it's airborne. It has a function for kickoff. There's some ball positioning here. Determine so you can see here, there's one that we did where it was fixing a bug that we found, where it kind of defines the ball threat, because we were running into issues where the car wasn't the bot was making poor decisions. All right, so the ball, when we say the ball threat is it on our side of the field? Does the opponent car is the opponent car in position to score? If so, then we need to get back on defense, right? So again, defensive aware boost logic. So it's same thing. Are we safe to go get a boost, right? So if you're not in a threatening position, if the ball isn't in a threatening location, then go ahead and get the boost. If not, then get back on defense first until you're able to get the boost. So again, you saw that during the demo, right? The demo, the cars were kind of going after boosts and sometimes ignoring the ball, and the ball was on their side of the field, and because they were on their side of the field and they were far off getting a boost, they weren't there to protect the goal. Okay, so again, these are all things that we've done. Some aerial shot, jump shots, ground shots, clearing logic, and then as you can see, here's just a whole bunch of old code. All right, I'm a little. I'm very. I don't know the word. I basically my whole thing is, as I test out new code, I want to make sure that if anything happens, I can go back to the old code, or I can compare and contrast. Again, Python coding hasn't always been my strong suit, but like I said, as I learning more, I can look at it and go, okay, well, this is what we did before, but now this is a bit cleaner, right? So we go through we kind of go through a lot of that throughout the course of this club. All right, so here's some objects and things like here. If you want your car to do some, quick chats, here are those variables. Different routines. So again, these are the routines that you're defining in here, and then you're calling them in your main code. So these are all, like I said, these are all things that we kind of address. But like I said, everybody's kind of given some code to start off with, and then from there we build our bots accordingly. Okay, so just to kind of give, and now just to kind of add on to that, we will go ahead and I'll give you a demo of the first set of slides. Right, so again, this is our Python coding with Rocket League Club. Kind of just jumps right in. What is coding? So coding is a process of using programming languages to instruct a computer to perform specific tasks. It's how we create software, applications, websites, and more. And coding involves writing instructions that the computer can understand and then be able to execute. Okay, now what's Rocket League? Rocket League is a game that was developed by Psyonix and is now ran by Epic Games. It was released in 2015, and essentially it's car soccer. It's soccer with cars, right? So it combines driving mechanics with aerial acrobatics. So just like what you saw before, the car is able to pick up boosts on the field and do aerial tricks and aerial shots to get the advantage and eventually get the goal. And just like soccer or any other sport, the team with the most points at the end of the time limit wins. If not, goes into overtime and the first goal wins from there. So the objective, there's two teams, typically 1v1, 2v2, or 3v3. There's actually 4v4 and 5v5 now. But those are the typical ones, 1v1, 2v2s, or 3v3s. You see this giant ball, giant goals, and you score by hitting the ball into the opponent's net. Most goals win. Okay, so when you're playing Rocket League, some of the key points you want to make sure is you want to collect the orange pads or blue pads for continuous boost. That is essential to be able to do to drive faster or to do your aerial jumps and maneuvers. Okay, so you do have a basic jump for hitting the ball or starting. You can do what's known as like a double jump, which is a second jump for more height, or directional jumping. So you can see where you saw in the match, they jumped on a certain angle to get the ball to turn a certain way. Then there's aerials. You can use boost and directional input after jumping, so you're able to fly, or you can do power slides and sharp turns. Okay, so why did they combine Rocket League with Python? Like I said, we're just using stuff that's already out there, but it's fun and engaging. Again, like we said, it's using gaming as the cheat code to teach real world skills. Okay, so you're making coding exciting. I mean, I don't know if anyone's ever done coding before, but if you have, I'm pretty sure every once in a while, you get a little bored when you're just typing this all day. Right? Imagine having to sit here and type all of this and then go, oh wait, but I need to make it needs to be called from over here from our routines and things like that. Because if it was all on just one thing, if it was just all in one place, it would just be a mess. Can you imagine if all of these things were just in here in main.py? Like, it would just be way too long. I mean, it's already way too long for me, and that's because I have my old code here until I move it over. Now, we do go over how to use GitHub and version controls and things like that. But, at the time, I just wanted to kind of get it out there. And like I said, as I'm testing it out, it will go into my GitHub later, but right now, so let's get back to the slides. So like I said, it's fun and engaging. It shows real world programming concepts that you can where you can apply the logic and algorithms. There's problem solving skills. I mean, there is a part of the club and a part of the camp where we just go into a debug day where we sit down and help each other troubleshoot, right? And what I really like about camps like this is the immediate feedback. Like I said, you don't. It can get boring, right? As a grown adult or a software developer, it can be boring when you're looking at code all day. With this, you can see how your code impacts the game instantly, right? And we actually do it: code, load up the game, stop, whatever. You can actually code while the game is playing and see it live. I don't like to do that because sometimes it does get a little glitchy, but imagine that as you're coding, you can see what the car is actually making the changes as soon as that code is saved. Okay, and then you can build something that's impressive to show off. Right? Again, these are bots. These are Rocket League cars or bots that were built by young kids, preteens or teenagers, right? And then what can you do with those with coding skills? Well, you can do things like robotics. You can get into cybersecurity. You can learn about AI. You can learn about game development. Let me move my big head out the way. No, not that. Sorry. Ooh, here. Oh, geez. Okay, sorry. See, this is why I should have done it off of OBS, but I was being lazy. So so you have that. Okay. So and then there's, like I said, then there's careers that you can get. There's software developers, there's web developers, data scientists, game developer. That you can use code in finance, healthcare, education. So there's so many things you can do with coding. Okay. Hez Q6Y says you can catch the live streams, add you on Discord, or you can go ahead and subscribe to wherever you're watching. If you're on Twitch or you're on YouTube, you can do that as well. Or you can join our Discord and then you can be notified in there. Okay. All right, so why learn coding, right? For one, there's a high earning potential. Software engineers can earn an average base around about $120,000 plus bonuses, and in some cases, I might be lowballing it, but $120,000, I think, as of last year, was like the average base salary. And again, that's significantly higher than the average U.S. income. Job security. The demand for skilled coders is constantly growing due to advancements in tech and artificial intelligence. Not to mention freelancing opportunities, right? Everybody talks about getting a side hustle these days. Coding and software development is a great side hustle if you want to do that. Flexibility and freedom. Coding careers often offer remote work options and flexible hours. Again, you can work for any company. Companies all over the world need coders and developers, so you can pretty much work wherever, whenever. I know a young lady who lives out of her van and travels the world, but she works as a coding like a consultant, and gets paid very well, by the way. And then, like I said, problem solving skills and innovation and creativity. There's just so many things you can learn from coding. Now, like I said, me personally, I'm a late bloomer when it comes to coding. Even in my cybersecurity career, I didn't want to learn coding. I knew just enough to kind of understand what was happening and what I needed it to do. And I feel like that was, if I had to list off any regrets I had in my career, it would probably be coding. Would definitely be one of them, that I should have probably gotten a better grasp of it. I think it would have. Now, in this point of my career, especially working in the application security side, dealing with application stuff with applications and startup companies who are building apps and stuff, there was a moment where I had to kind of take a step back and learn more about coding. So I feel like that is one thing. If I could have done differently, I probably would have learned more coding. Like I understood Ruby and Python. I learned Ruby because Metasploit was written in Ruby, and then I learned Python later after that. But again, I just kind of learned the basics. Like I kind of learned what you learn here, right? Just the basics, and then some advanced stuff that was just enough to get me to be able to look at code and understand what was happening. But then as I progressed in my career and started having to do things like secure code reviews and things like that, like I said, there were a lot of long hours working, doing code reviews and trying to understand it. That probably could have been um, that probably could have been done a lot sooner had I learned how to code before that. So, so yeah, that is definitely one thing I would say. So yeah, coding is a great opportunity to invest in your future, right? It's going to offer different advantages as well as personal growth. A lot of people, when they start getting into coding, they start building a portfolio of different coding projects, things that they've done, and they share those coding projects on sites like GitHub, where they're able to show their work, show their skills, help other people with their projects, or get help with their own projects, and become a part of the community, which is another way to get your name out there in this competitive job market. All right. So how does this RLBot work? So first you have the game Rocket League, right? So Rocket League, like we said, developed in 2015 by Psyonix and managed by Epic Games. Um, that's the base game. You have your Rocket League game, right? Then they built a framework known as the reinforced learning, or RLBot framework. Now, in that framework, you're able to add your Python code, which will program your bot, which will then allow you to play in Rocket League. So you see, that's the loop there, right? So that's how it's going to work. We have Rocket League, so you want to make sure you have Rocket League installed on your computer. And then we're also going to install the RLBot framework. We're going to install Python, and we're going to install VS Code, and that we're going to use VS Code to write our Python code, and then from there we're going to boot up RLBot with our car to play a match in Rocket League. Okay, so that's the process. That's the process that we're going to do over the course of the next 6 weeks. All right, so we'll be able to use RLBot, which, like I said, is an open source framework. So it's community driven, it's free, and it allows you to create the bots that you can then play in Rocket League. Okay, so now with that, it will be able to read the game state. So your code is going to get data in real time, the ball positioning, the car speed, all of the information that would happen in a normal Rocket League match. You're also going to be able to use the code to send commands to your bot. So it's going to be able to send things like throttle, which is basically, give the car, make the car accelerate, make the car slow down, make the car drive backwards, make the car turn right, turn left, jump, fly, right, boost, right, and as in the code that you type is going to go to the car, and it's going to process. And like I said, it's safe. And it's allowed, right? Like I said, if you notice, the game you're not playing online, so you don't have to worry about any type of nefarious things happening, bad actors or hacking of any sort. It's safe, and essentially it's a local game, right? You're playing it locally. So even when we show our matches here, I have all their code that I'm able to upload. We don't do it online because you're not allowed to play online. Okay. So what you're going to learn? You're going to learn Python basics. So you're going to learn things like variables, data types, functions, control flows, loops like if else loops or for loops. Okay. You're going to learn about object oriented programming, Okay, you're going to learn how to, you're going to understand how the car and the balls are considered objects. You're going to learn some game physics. You're going to learn a little bit of game physics. You're going to learn a little bit of math, because you're going to need to understand that when you're figuring out, positioning and things like that. Algorithmic thinking. You're going to break down complex problems into smaller steps, and then there's debugging and problem solving. So not only coding and technical skills, you're also learning other essential skills as well. They call them soft skills. We call them essential skills here. All right. So we have our guided sessions. Then we'll have little challenges where like I said, we're going to teach. Okay, we're going to teach you within the first hour. By the end of the first week, your car is going to drive. And then we're going to build on that week after week. So you're going to learn your car is going to drive, maybe even be able to turn in different directions, depending on the pace of the class. But as we grow, as we get into the week 2, week 3, 4, 5, and 6, you're going to learn more. So first it's going to start with just getting the car to drive. Then we're going to learn about understanding how to initialize the boost, or how to make it go for the boost, how to make it go for the ball, how to anticipate the ball, how to and all of that. And we're going to get into it further and further. Okay. We'll be able to collaborate on more advanced bots. That's if time permits. But as you can see, it's optional. Showcases. You're going to we're going to take a moment during class where you're going to share your bot information, share your screen if you're going to be online, or showcase. Right? You're going to stop and talk about the name of your car. Everybody's going to name their car, so you're going to talk about the name of your car, what your goal is of the car, right? Do you want your car to be aggressive? Do you want it to be defensive minded? Things like that. Why you accessorize the car the way you did, right? Because everybody's going to have their own car that's, like I said, it's like their baby. Okay. And then we're here to help, right? So, if you do run into an issue, or for some reason the code's not working, you're not stuck on an island by yourself. You're gonna get help, not just from me, but also from the other students. We're gonna work together and see where the issue is, and how we can fix it. All right. So next step is, now, are you ready? So we're going to go ahead and then we're going to go install Rocket League. So when you install Rocket League, you want to make sure that you have at least the minimum requirements. Most computers these days have more than the minimum requirements, but you need at least 4 gigs of RAM, 20 gigs of free hard drive space. You need a GPU or a graphics card that has at least 2 gigs of video RAM, which most of them do these days. And that's for, like I said, the minimum requirements. If you want the recommended, you're still going to need about 20 gigs of free hard drive space, but you're going to need 8 gigs of RAM, 3 gigs of video RAM, and then you're going to need basically the next bump up in graphics cards and the quad core versus the dual core. Okay. So now we're going to go ahead and then so blah blah blah. So then you're going to go ahead and install RLBot as well as Python. So we use Python 3.11.9 as the version that we're going to work in. We want to make sure that it's 3.11, and you want to add that to the path, and then you want to check the version of it. Okay. So again, we don't want to give away too much, but as you can see, we go through all of this. So it's important that you're either here in person, or you have a computer that is capable of running Rocket League. If you can run Rocket League, you can run everything else, because Python obviously doesn't take up a lot of space or take up a lot of resources. VS Code, which is what we're going to use, isn't going to use up a lot of resources. And like I said, we're going to install RLBot, which also doesn't use up a lot of space or resources. So Once we do that, we'll then go ahead and download the bot code. I'm not obviously going to give that information here. You have to be a part of the class to do that. But we'll go ahead and add that bot code to everything, and then we'll upload it into our RLBot. And then, like I said, we'll work on some basic code. And once we get the basic code up and running, your car, I guarantee your car will drive by the end of session 1. Okay, that's my guarantee. Okay. Give me 1 second. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna go ahead and get or should we demo another? What do y'all, should we demo another class? You know, yeah, let's demo another class since we got a little bit more time. We'll go ahead and demo another class, and then we will announce the winners. And I'm honestly feeling a bit generous. So we're actually going to give away 2 tonight. So and it's not going to affect what we said 3, but we're actually going to go ahead and give away 4. So you're going to get 2. Who knows? I might be generous tomorrow and give away 2 tomorrow. Who knows? I might give away 6. I might. You never know. You never know. But you know, again, I feel really strong about you know, teaching these STEM skills and things that are super helpful as well as fun. So I think we're gonna do that. All right. So I don't know if you can hear the music going, but we'll just go ahead and preview the next, well, not the next, but one of our other clubs, which is going to be our Minecraft Education Club. So our Minecraft Education Club, we're actually going to be using a lot of stuff within Minecraft Education, which is why we highly recommend being here in the center. But here you'll see we're going to do there's a bunch of different challenges we can do around AI. So let's go ahead. Let's do Hour of AI the first night, right? So let's go ahead and just see what that looks like. And as you can see, I haven't even played this one yet myself. But again, with these, we want to show, you know, again, the opportunities that are out there and kind of give them things that they can learn while in environments that they love, right? Everybody loves Minecraft. I mean, even. All right, so we'll just go ahead to say welcome here. So here, do you want to code with blocks or do you want to code in Python? So we're just going to go ahead and just show you. We're going to go in blocks, and you can use whatever you can use what they give you here, or if you wanted to learn and do it in Python for our more advanced folks. So who knows? We might do both. So again, this is kind of giving you a quick rundown of surviving the first night in Minecraft. And basically what you see happening here is essentially it looks like they built an AI chatbot in Minecraft to be able to assist the player while they're playing that first night. See, yep, there's a new AI player. I don't know what's going on. AI short for artificial intelligence. I'm a computer that has the ability to copy human-like actions. See? So again, these are things that kind of just teach you the basics of AI, and so I think it's a good place to start. Right now you can go back and interact with the agent. One of the ways I learn is through classification, which means I learn sort data in groups. I need to classify which blocks are wood. Is that an oak block you have? So again, so essentially you're training the AI. You're going to go ahead and train the AI, okay? So train the agent on what wood is by classifying an oak log. So we're going to go ahead and do this in here on our block and then classify that as wood. So now it's looking, and now it found wood, and now it's building agents to go ahead and collect the wood for you. Okay, so now we have to tell it that the birch log is also a type of wood. I will just go ahead, and now I need to learn. So now we can sort blocks into two groups, wood and not wood. This is called binary classification. I use an algorithm, which is a step-by-step process to do the sorting. Would you like me to collect more wood for you? We'll say yes, and now we'll go ahead. And now is going to collect whether it's oak or birch. Again, deploying the agents, and this is finding so let's see where they're going here. All right, now we need to train it again. I've already learned to look for patterns and sort things into groups using classification. I see another block nearby. It looks like wood. Would you please tell me if this is correct? So again, now if you look, it's starting to make judgments for itself, and now it's asking you to confirm or correct. All right, now you want them to collect more wood. So now it's gonna teach their agents, and now it's gonna go ahead and build more. So again, a cool way to teach, the basics of AI, right? So there you essentially learned about, agents and AI. Um, even hold on, the book says step 2, build a crafting table. We have a log now. Can you show me how to make planks with it? So open the book by pressing 1. Trying to. There we go. Crafting grid, blah, 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 I don't think that's right. Please try again. Train agent. Check the light bulb. Oh, yeah, you did it. Wait, hold on. What did it say? What do you want me to do? This will reset your inventory. Hold on. Craft 6. Okay, so yeah, we do have to craft 6. Okay, so now we just have to show them how to make sticks. You just do it with the wood, and then you can just say 1, 2. All right, so like I said, so you can see, so it takes a little bit of time, but let's go ahead and get up out of here. We'll exit the lesson. Right, but I mean, these are some really, like I said, really cool things you can do here. There's a lot of different. Okay, the first thing, there it is. Okay, I was like, where'd it go? But there are a lot of different things you can go, you can do here, right? Cybersecurity, cyber fundamentals, right? So there's a lot of different things we can do with Minecraft education. So we'll be using those as well, all right? And then lastly, we have our regular Minecraft world, which, can I access it from? Nope, I don't want to do that. I want to do that. I don't want, okay. I guess not. All right, so we'll go ahead and cancel that out, and we will stop sharing, and we will come back to me. So we actually went ahead and previewed 2 of our clubs that we're going to be running this month, heading into 2026, and then 2026 as well. So tell us what you think in the comments. Tell us how do you see, if you're a student or if you're a parent, tell us how you see how this can benefit yourself or your young gamer. All right, so let's go ahead and give away some free passes. All right, so I don't have, oh, I do have, I don't have a drum roll, but we'll go ahead and at least go with our first winner. Our first winner is Jordan Kim. Congratulations, Jordan Kim. I know you probably aren't watching the stream right now, or your parents aren't watching, but Jordan Kim, we have a free membership. We have a free membership waiting for you. So again, I will be in touch as soon as we wrap up, and let us know what club you want to join. All right, so for our next winner, let's go ahead and announce that. I should have shown y'all the wheel, but that's okay. The next winner is Riley Thompson. So congratulations, Riley Thompson. And I actually saw Riley the other day. She came in and actually had a bunch of questions, and I think I know what club Riley wants to join, but I don't want to go ahead and assume. So I'm going to go ahead and contact you as soon as we are done. So again, Jordan Kim and Riley Thompson are winners of tonight's giveaway. Congratulations to them both. I will be in contact as soon as we are off stream. And hold on. Whoa. As soon as we are off stream, I will not contact you, I'll contact your parents and get you registered and enrolled for next week's classes. So super excited, super happy to see y'all winning, and I'm super excited to see y'all take part in these classes next week. So congrats to Jordan and congrats to Riley. And we're gonna go ahead and break off now. Actually, let's do one more RLBot match before we go ahead and then we'll break for the night. And then tomorrow I think since we jumped ahead a little bit, we will preview. Let's go ahead and preview some UEFN tomorrow. So yeah, let's do that. All right, so Zen won the last match. Let's start up Rocket League and get Dark Side in there. So again, congratulations to Riley and congratulations to Jordan, winners of the drawing tonight. Like I said, I switched it up a little bit. No, we said we were only going to do 3 winners, but we're going to give away 2, and then we still have 2 more. So there might be. So right now there's 4 in total. Who knows? There might be 5 or 6. It all depends on how I'm feeling, I guess. Let's see what happens. All right, but in order to be eligible, you have to. Hold on. In order to be eligible, you have to follow those steps. Okay. All right. So we have our match starting with looks like Zen and Dark Side. All right, so we have getting off to a pretty defensive start. Oh, Dark Side does not have any boost. It has not able to do anything about Zen getting ahead. So let's see what happens here. All right, so as you can see, Dark Side having some issues with prioritizing. So so it is playing defense. However, it's kind of being stuck in its own goal. Alright, so I'm using up the boost. Again, no boost. So again, this is another example of what I was telling him. The cards might be a little glitchy now. The difference between some of these other cards versus maybe a card like Dark Side is that our other coders may have tweaked their vehicles. Where Dark Side may have still had some issues that needed to be worked on, and because of that, you see some of the issues that they're having now, where they might be too aggressive, right? That was an opportunity for them to get a goal, and instead they own goals. So again, your bot. So again, it gives you that sense of ownership to want to make sure that your vehicle, your car, is in the best possible position to win. You know, don't just think you coded it one way and it's gonna work. You know, there might be bugs in your code, and it's up to you to see what's wrong with it, take notes, and go back and tweak it. See, like this one doesn't have very great ball awareness. It's just kind of hitting the ball anywhere. It's not conserving its boost. It's just playing very aggressive. Now that I think about it, I don't think I've seen a decent aerial from Dark Side either. Whereas you see Zen is anticipating where the ball is going to land or where the ball is going to show up in the air. See, kind of slow down, angle this jump to get that goal. So Dark Side, does a great job of being aggressive, but that's all it does. It's just being aggressive, right? It's not caring about anything else. It just wants to grab boost and speed all over the map, all over the field. So now, just to give spoilers, so they don't think I'm picking on a student. Dark Side was coded intentionally like this, and I know because I coded Dark Side like this. So don't be like Dark Side, right? As you can see, this is Dark Side Bot 2. Dark Side 1 is a completely different bot. Dark Side 2, the goal for Dark Side 2 is to kind of be a menace on the field. But encoding it to be aggressive, it's not. It's prioritizing that over everything else. So this actually is going to be an extra project for one of the students or for the group, is to review Dark Side Bot 2's code and figure out what's wrong with it and why it's doing the things that it's doing and how to fix it. So just to kind of, for you, where you think, they're like, hey, you're, that poor student, that's not the case. It's actually, and it was coded intentionally to be that way. So the goal is now to, once they get their cars up and running, they want to be able to look at Dark Side Bot and figure out what the issue is, why that car is coded to be so aggressive and not follow any of the other logic that was taught throughout the course. So again, giving them opportunities to not only work on building their own code, but improve others' code. So they're going to walk away with understanding the basics and knowing enough of it to now review someone else's code and tweak it, provide feedback for it, do code reviews. So again, all skills that are essential in today's career field. All right. So again, once again, we want to congratulate Riley and Jordan on being tonight's winners of our free memberships. I will, as soon as we are done with today's stream, I will be in contact to award you with your free membership. And again, it's whatever one you choose. So you have options out here. You have coding with Rocket League. You have Minecraft education. You have Fortnite creative. You have AI creation, the Tech Exploration Club, Intro to Esports, or content creation. Like I said, I'm pretty sure I know what Riley wants to do, but I'm going to let Riley be the one to tell me. So, thanks everybody for watching. This is the first of several streams we'll be doing this week, demoing several of our courses, and I hope to see y'all tomorrow. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and break away from the stream so I can contact these winners and get them registered in time. So y'all have a great night. Be safe out there, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Peace out.